Alrighty, what's going on, you guys? It's Kevin the Full Metal Ginger back with another CD update to do for you today. Once again, we're talking about some 2018 releases, so hopefully you're not too goddamn sick and tired of that yet. But I think most of these are pretty underground releases. Well, not underground, just sort of under the radar. I've not heard a lot of people talking about them, so maybe you'll find something new. Hopefully you will, and go pick those up. I think all but one really is not that well known. I know one of them is goddamn fucking everywhere, but I've got to show that one too. I've also got a vinyl to look at. Just got reissued back in April, so shows you how fucking far behind I am. Actually, the first two records I'm going to show you are probably the first two I picked up this year in terms of new releases, so should be a fun one to check out and go through. Obviously, trying out a new light source. This overhead shit was killing me. I'm sure it was killing you, just making everything bad orange tint, which this kind of is too, but I'm trying to experiment with a little bit. I was trying to put up a sheet of paper to kind of soften the light a little bit because it's obviously casting a really bad shadow, but it was just making it too dark, so we'll play around with it and hopefully it'll get a little bit better, and I know it's going to be better than this fucking overhead light, so we won't have to go back to that, so give it a little better look anyway. Listening to Abyssic Hate-Suicidal Emotions, easily one of my favorite black metal releases of all time, man. It's definitely in the vein of the depressive suicidal shit. Unfortunately, the only full-length Shane ever put out, but I mean, it's still goddamn fucking killer. If for some reason you don't have this or have not listened to this, you need to do so right the fuck now. Any fan of black metal will definitely be into this, but if you're a fan of black metal, you fucking know this anyway, so definitely go get that. First one we're going to look at is a black metal band out of Pennsylvania, I do believe. And I know Iron Bonehead put this one out probably the end of March. So, once again, we're way fucking behind on showing shit. This is Veiled. Black Celestial Orbs. I believe it's their debut full-length. Yes, so if you're familiar with Gnosis of the Witch, this is the same band. They just changed the name back in 2015 or so, somewhere in there. And originally they did two EPs. I think they did a split with Gra and then changed the name and then put out a demo, and now they've got this one out. So easily one of my favorites from this year. I know I was saying that about the Nun album in terms of probably the top black metal release of the year so far. It's actually probably between that and this. And I think the reason I'm going so back and forth on it, just the styles are so different. Where Nun is, really sort of, I don't say depressive, but I mean it's, you get the feel of nature and the loads of atmosphere going on with that. With this one, it's more harsh black metal with some dark ambient undertones. So at this point, this one's kind of leading me a little bit right now. We'll just see how it comes down to at the end of the year. But it's a fucking great black metal release. Easily some of the best stuff I've heard all year in terms of that genre. It's really hypnotic, got some atmosphere to it, and it's I guess you could say it's really mystical. It's kind of got the feeling of I don't know, the unknown. I mean, it's. I'll get to that in a minute. It kind of, it's got the Scandinavian, the early '90s Scandinavian sound to it, but it really kind of forges its own path. And it's just the way I feel about it. The way it triggered me emotionally was, it gives you a feeling of awe and like the sense of wondering. It's I don't want to say it's depressive, but it's almost like the bliss of being lost in a void, if that makes any sense at all. It's just kind of, I'm lost and I don't give a fuck and I'm just fucking here and I'm content with it and I'm just kind of enjoying where I am. That's just the kind of feel I get from it. So really fucking cool album, really well done. So I hope some of you will at least pick this up. Here's the inside of the digipack with the CD. I'd show you the book, but it's just lyrics and absolutely nothing else, so there's really not much to look at. But again, a killer fucking release if you haven't picked this one up. It's on Iron Bonehead, like I said, so should be easy for you to find. So definitely do yourself a favor and go get this album. I promise you won't be disappointed and you won't be let down. Sorry, I meant to tell you, it's also really only 4 tracks because the last 2 are instrumentals, which you think that would tail off a little bit and kind of sort of steer the album a different direction, but it really doesn't. It really kind of just builds on the emptiness of the void, you know what I mean? It's just, you've got the music itself with the lyrics and the vocals and all the crazy shit going on there, and then it kind of goes into another realm in terms of the instrumentals, but it still really carries the whole album and compacts it really well. So yeah, great fucking album, great fucking band. If you haven't heard this, you need it right fucking now. Alright, this one, forgive me, I will attempt to pronounce this and I'm going to fail fucking miserably. But this is a pagan black metal band from the Netherlands, and I do believe this is the only release they have. I'm pretty sure this is the only release they have. I don't recall. I really should have double checked, but it's whatever. This is Uuntar with, holy shit, Voorvaderverering, something like that. I'm sorry. This came out on Haydn's Heart Records, which I think it was around the same time that Veiled put their album out. Yeah, man, some straight up killer pagan black metal. To be honest, I can't say much about it. I mean, if you've heard any of Graveland's pagan shit, you pretty much have a killer idea of what this sounds like. It's a large part the same. I would honestly throw in like some Kaladin Brood or something like that too. But it's just kind of got that feel to it. I mean, which is fucking awesome. I mean, you can't go wrong there. I love that stuff. It's just, I mean, it's the early Scandinavian, you know, Viking, pre-Christianity, European culture. The feel of all that condensed into an album. It's really underproduced, so it's really got that large fucking epic battle sound. You know, you get a lot of pagan shit. It's kind of like a, I don't want to say hyper or uppity or, you know, energetic, but I mean, you've got that stuff that's a little bit more folky and sort of upbeat. This is more just, you know, the big epic fucking almost, you know, heavy doom feel. But you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just some really good pagan black metal. And what I love about this is rarely do these albums, at least, I don't want to say that it has a concept, but I mean, albums that are really talking about a specific sort of place and time or whatever, rarely do they put me in that situation where I feel like I'm there. And this one does a really good job of that. You will feel like you're, you know, out in the fucking mountains or out in the fields riding fucking horses with swords and fucking chopping up fucking, you know, Christians or whatever was going on at the time. It's just that's the kind of feel it really brings out. You can definitely put yourself in that state of mind. So it's limited to 500 copies. Whether or not you can see, I don't know. I have number 41. Last I checked, there's still some copies available, so go get it before it's gone. I'm sure they'll reissue it at some point. But I mean, goddamn good album, man. Definitely go pick this one up. I've got a flyer or some shit in here. It's driving me fucking crazy. This next one is the vinyl I was talking about earlier. Really glad this fucking got reissued finally, and if you're a fan of this band, it's almost like a must-have. This is a live album. This is Mortician. Zombie Massacre Live. Originally came out in 2004. Hell's Headbangers just put this one out on vinyl. I believe this is the only vinyl release of the album. Fuck. Yeah, I think this is the only one. I think there's the original CD version, there's the digital copy, and then there's this. So definitely the one to fucking have right here. It really does a good job of capturing the feel of a fucking oppressively heavy Mortician album. So, you know, don't look into it thinking it's just going to be another shitty fucking live album, because they did a really good job of producing this and making it sound good. You know, all the sound guys did a really good job on this. This actually spans, I believe, 6 different shows over the course of between 2000 and 2002. And you got places like Holland and Houston and fucking LA and shit like that. So they did a really good job with this for sure. Yeah, the cover art's obviously fucking awesome. I love how you got the band coming out and just fucking people up. This dude's missing his ear. You've got this dude getting the top of his head chopped off. And his facial expression's pretty fucking killer. The back of it looks really good too. And what makes that even better is this killer fucking layout. So you've got tons of photos to check out. And I know as long as this is, which is kind of weird to say because, you know, Mortician albums, all their songs are like, what, a minute and a half, 2 minutes tops. So, I mean, it's an hour's worth of material. So you got a lot of shit to kind of go through and check out and look at. You've also got this nice art print here with a poster for House by the Cemetery, which is really cool. What else was I going to say about this? Something else. Oh, yeah. My only real knock on this is it would have been really cool to have like a little lyric sheet to go with it. Or not a lyric sheet, but a little inner sheet with like liner notes and stuff on it. Just, I guess, kind of telling, you know, what was going on with the band at the time, you know, what kind of shit were they struggling with, what kind of successes they were having. So, I mean, that could have been in there, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, you've always, you know, you can Google that shit anyway, so it's not that big a deal. But that's just my taste. I would like to have something like that. But yeah, it's obviously a gatefold with a double LP. I've not been putting the records in the pocket just to kind of keep it from warping. It did come on, I believe, Standard Black. and the only other variant was this Grimace Purple with Oxblood marbling. I love how they actually called it Grimace Purple, and it looks really good. And the labels are cool too. You've got the band members on each fucking label, so that's really cool. Trying to remember who was playing in the band at the time. So you got Will and Roger on the first disc, and who was it? Ron. What was his fucking name? I'm an idiot. I should have done this beforehand. Ron Katchnick, if I said that right. So I guess you got him right here on this label, and you've got the New York Death Metal label right here. And that's really about all there is to it, man. For sure, if you are a big Mortician fan, or just a fan in general, this is definitely one of the releases you need. I mean, I believe it's putting out songs. It's got songs from every one of their albums, I think, at least at the time. So definitely worth a check. I believe I got it on Hell's Headbanger, still had it for like $15 or something like that. So you can't beat that, man. Definitely go pick that up. All right, this next CD we're going to talk about, I've heard absolutely no one talking about this, so it's definitely flying under the radar for a lot of people. I'm going to try to do it justice, but I don't know why this one was just such a hard one to fucking review and to talk about, because I don't know what it is about this. This style of music is just really hard for me to describe. And I can't pronounce the name either. I'm going to try, but you can look in the description and try to see what I'm trying to pronounce. This is Wesenwille? Wesenwille? I don't know. I'm going to call it Wesenwille. Wesenwille with the album One Wesenwille. So it's Wesenwille, One Wesenwille. Another great one from Redefining Darkness. Obviously, fucking killer fucking label. And this is just pretty, I won't say it's odd black metal. It's just almost like the modern sound black metal from another Netherlands band. And I believe these dudes formed out of Iron Harvest, which is a somewhat technical death metal band. Another Netherlands band. And I know it's two main dudes are the band, and then they have some other dudes from Iron Harvest who were playing live with them. So it's really cool. I guess the band takes a lot of influence from shit like Spark Crown or Deathspell Omega or Shining, and you definitely can hear the influence on here. So I guess I don't know what it is about, at least stuff like Deathspell Omega, that's just hard for me to describe. It's really just kind of modern style black metal. But it's got tons of atmosphere, lots of hooks, but it's still really unsettling, so it doesn't really lose that evil, haunting feel to it. It's just different shit, really. And it's really hard to kind of really process what the band's talking about. And I don't know, I guess it's the way they word it, their lyrics especially. But what I gathered from it is they're basically talking about, technology's impact on society and trying to figure out how we can use it best to benefit all of society instead of just focusing on the selfish individuals. So that's basically where you get from that. Just 5 tracks, but really, really solid tracks, really good tracks, and ultimately, I think this is a pretty underrated album. But again, the photos don't really do it justice for what it's trying to talk about, but I don't know, it still really represents the music once you listen to it and kind of start getting a feel for it. So, again, really underrated album, but go check it out. I've heard absolutely no one talking about this, so hopefully some of you will pick this up. I think it's killer. It's definitely going to be up there in terms of albums of the year. So, that's Wesenwille, I guess, with their fucking debut full length. I believe it's the only one they have out too, so should be easy to find. Redefining Darkness has it, so go check that out. And lastly, this album, I really debated on whether or not to even talk about it, because there's been so many people talking about it. It's really blown up, and for good reason, because it's a goddamn great album. But I kind of want to focus on my own stuff. I don't really like showing off stuff that everyone's talking about, but at the same time, it's so good I can't not talk about it, you know what I mean? So, well, that's probably why I saved it for last. So without further ado, this is my take, at least, on Tomb Mold. Manor of Infinite Forms. Another amazing release from 20 Buck Spin. Goddamn, that label does not put out garbage at all. This is some Toronto death metal, but what makes them odd is it's got some very odd compositions with this band, which to me at least is a little off-putting, because I'm not really into, I don't want to call this avant-garde, but it's just really weird and strange the way everything is kind of written and composed and put together and laid out and everything. So it's a little off-putting at first, but the riffs are so goddamn good, it really just demands your attention. You can't not listen to it. And really, it's just your straightforward, basic death metal formula, but all the riffs have been distorted and, twisted, distorted and twisted to form. there you go. There's an old fucking Exhumed song that perfectly describes this. I guess I could have fucking... I don't know. But, I mean, really, I mean, it's just, everything is so... It's just, disharmony is the name of the game, you know? It's just not written in terms of, you know, what has become the standard. It just kind of goes off and forges its own path, and it's just really done really super well. It's technical, but technical in the right way. It's not arrogant, as in, look at what the fuck I can play, look how fucking good I am, you know? It's just, it's done to really emphasize the song, you know? It's still got hooks to it, but it's just kind of written in a different way, you know? So that's basically the feel I get from it. Very, very tight band, killer band, and to me, I think they're going to go down, at least on this album, to be one of the signature albums to come out in this decade, because it's fucking, I mean, look at the success they're having with this album. It's going to go down, I think. Superb art, man. Brad Moore, I believe, did this, and to me, I think he really captured what the album sounds like. So bear with me on this. So you've got this dude who's all ripped up, it looks like, with his chest cavity exposed. So you've got the gore element of death metal there, but then you've got this almost acid trippy world, or, you know, I don't know, just some parallel universe or some fucking different dimension or some shit. So yeah, it's almost like gore on LSD or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's what I'm trying to describe, as in it's still straightforward death metal, but it's just done in a very different way. Yeah, I just think you really captured that really, really well on here. Yeah, just great artwork. The rest of it's just fucking lyrics, so not much to look at there. There you go. Yeah, I don't remember if I mentioned this when I was talking about a Feather and Bone a while back, when I reviewed that one, but I was supposed to see them playing with a Feather and Bone. Two Mold and a Feather and Bone, I think in Columbia, in South Carolina, so... Something happened. The show got canceled. I don't know. I know for a fact they were on the tour dates, so I don't know what happened there. But it would have been really cool to go see those two bands, because both of them have put out some goddamn good albums this year. Yeah, man. What else can I say that hasn't been said already? I debated not even showing this at all, but couldn't help it. Such a fucking good album. All right, so that's all I got for you today. Getting ready to go on vacation. This is kind of a weird time, but I may, at least in the next two videos, kind of back off doing 2018 releases, because I've still got plenty to do and plenty more coming in. But there's a lot of stuff I've been picking up lately I've really wanted to talk about, and I've got some tapes coming in as well, so might just kind of back off on that, you know, for a while. I don't know, but by the time you start seeing those, I'll be back from vacation, so it's going to be just a little bit wild here for a little bit, but we'll see. Still keep cranking them out. Yeah, I think that's all. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Check the links below. Great bands. Go pick up these releases. I'm probably going to start my Facebook page up again, the Full Metal Ginger Facebook page, but we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I'll let you go. I'll quit bothering you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see ya. Biatch.